hawk the waiver wire with some of the options that could be available in your fantasy league. And let's go ahead and start off with Tyrone Tracy. Again, expected to be the lead back in that RBBC in light of the unfortunate Cam Scattaboo injury. Now, long gone in challenging formats, but 47% rostered right now, which tells you 10-team leagues, some 12-team and like short bench leagues probably available out there. So, Horvey, what are you willing to spend in Fab Cash, assuming $100 budget on Tyrone Tracy if you're looking to add some depth or possibly maybe an upgrade at the running back position?
Yeah, that's a good question, man, right? It depends on how desperate you are, how big your league is. So I wouldn't even have a shot at him. I would probably look, man, maybe like 40 to 45, though, if I'm really desperate at that position, because receivers, even like yesterday is a great example. I just pick up Hutchinson. I pick up the two kids out of Iowa State for the Texans. But the running back position, man, it is slim pickings for me. I mean, Tank Bigsby was out there. That was about it. So yeah, I might be looking at half my bankroll, especially if I'm competitive. I'm looking to make a playoff push because I do think he's at least going to get 60% of the carries.
Yeah, I think that's fair. You're looking at probably 40 to 60% within that range. So maybe in the middle there and a half of your fab budget if you still have decent size of cash to spend. Next three games, San Francisco number 8 in rush EPAD, Chicago at number 14, Green Bay at number 10. So it's not the greatest schedule here in the short term, and the schedule down the stretch is rather rough, but he's a guy who can catch some balls, so it doesn't really matter. But script agnostic, if you will. You saw what he did against Philadelphia, 10 carries for 39 yards, 2 receptions for 11. He is dead last, though, right now in yak per attempt among all qualifying running backs. That's unsightly. Only forcing a missed tackle 11.4% of the time, but volume speaks, volume cranks. So it's probably going to take, again, 40 to 60% of your fab budget. Let's go to New York Jets. So we're going to stay in East Rutherford. And Isaiah Davis, a 9% rostered right now in Yahoo leagues. Impressive performance, being the second field of Breece Hall against the Bengals. 7 carries for 65 and 5 grabs for 44. Any kind of fab spend there, and how much?
I might be looking at like 25 to 30. I was going to go as high as I would on Tracy, man, just because I feel like we might see a different offense from the Jets, right? Like that was the way that they moved the ball yesterday. They used their backs as an extension of the run game. He had 65 rushing yards on just 7 carries. I don't know if that's sustainable, but you said the catches. I think right now he's the second best playmaker right behind Breece Hall as long as Garrett Wilson's out. So I might overspend a little bit on Isaiah Davis. I think he's going to get more and more opportunity, especially because that team's going nowhere. So you might as well evaluate your young talent.
By the way, Dan Quinn, go on buy a lottery ticket tonight. You are getting damn lucky and fortunate in this game. Travis Kelce, a ball straight off his hands, should have been reeled in. And it popped up in the air. Another pick for Patrick Mahomes. Crazy, man. That's kind of been the story of this game. It happened to Marcus Mariota for his INT off the hands of the face mask of Deebo Samuel. Popped up in the air. Kansas City defender easily snagged it, plucking it from the sky, and it just happened to Patrick Mahomes. So let's see what the live total is. Again, I bet at 37.5. I should have waited. Hindsight is always 20/20, Horvat. But I'm guessing that number is even lower as it is 0-0 in this contest. And pulling it up right now, yeah, we're down to 36.5. I grabbed it at 37.5, and it's minus 110 on the over. You think the scoring picks up? It's bound to occur, right?
I mean, you would think so, but we got some fluky picks. This is how an under hits. This is if you have the over in this game, you're kicking yourself right now, man. Fluky turnovers in the red zone. I don't know. I just said I don't think Mahomes is going to throw another one, so what do I know? But yeah, I think the scoring picks up here soon.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I probably good value right now at the 36.5 number. Again, my 2 cents on Isaiah Davis. You got to spend probably at least 15 to 20. I will say that much. The schedule is not the greatest upcoming except for the matchup a few weeks down the road against the Baltimore Ravens. But you're right. It could be the extension of the run. And he's been really impressive in the efficiency data. 3.10 yak per attempt. He's forced a missed tackle 20% of the time. Played 31 snaps. against the Bengals. So that could be an encouraging sign that he's got to have some flexy, sexy appeal moving forward. All right. What about Sean Tucker? Next 3 games, got the bye week. Then New England at Buffalo, at the LA Rams, the Bills, number 28 in rush EPAD. Against the Saints, 12 carries, 42 yards, and a touchdown. His yak per attempt stinks too at 1.64, one of the worst in the NFL, but he played 20 snaps to Rashad White's 32. Is he worth a few dollars?
Maybe a few dollars. I don't want to get too crazy just because I think that after the week 9 bye, most likely they get Bucky Irving back. Right now, he's operating in a timeshare with White, so he's going to get the goal line touches. So I wouldn't get too crazy, but again, if you're really desperate here the next couple of weeks and you're just trying to stay alive in the playoff hunt, 15 to 20, maybe if you want to overspend, 12 carries, 42 yards. I do think he'll continue to get some goal line work, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't go anything more than like $12, quite frankly, for the exact reason you brought up. It's going to be Bucky time again here in the short term. All right, out of Xavier Hutchinson, Tank Bigsby, who do you want to dive into real quick?
Let's go Tank Bigsby, actually.
Yeah, well, look, the schedule upcoming after the bye at Green Bay, Detroit, at Dallas, and that Dallas matchup is great. Saquon Barkley had the injury. It looks like he's going to be okay. I think it was an ankle. He's looked really great on a per-touch basis right now. 6.50 yak per attempt. That's outrageous. Forced 5 missed tackles on 15 rush attempts. Like, Tank Bigsby is the ultimate handcuff in this Philly offense. I'm spending like at least $7-8 to get him on my bench. What say you?
I might go up to 10, man. I mean, he looked really good yesterday, and that's his role. He needs to be a running back, not a kick returner. So, especially with Saquon, that workload last year, I like him quite a bit.